maybe I should start with this session with one of my favorite books in the temple of chess, which is this one. It is called 160 Brilliant Chess Endings, and I remember spending so much time solving positions from here. So maybe we can start with one position. यहाँ से then we'll take any number out of 160. 64. Okay, let's try. Okay, so this is white to play and draw. As you can see, white is in big trouble. रुक ही मर रहा है डायरेक्ट. And in this, one thing which I want to ask of you while you are solving this is, if you see that you have found a move, then immediately try to think what is the opponent's best defense. ठीक है? Rather than saying the move, think कि opponent कैसे बचा सकता है.
Try to calculate till the end.
Yes, try to calculate till the end. And this session, I would love if everyone takes it as a journey for self improvement rather than saying कि मुझे right answer मिला. So think that you are here right now, and if you can improve a little bit today, that would be amazing. ठीक है, let's try to analyze a bit. If we put and try to visualize, ठीक है, one of the things I have realized since I am not playing much now is the skill that reduces rapidly is visualization. Able to visualize कि piece कहाँ पे है. So the more you cleanly you can visualize, the stronger you will become as a player. So let's not move the pieces. ठीक है, mind में try करो. Bishop f5. ठीक है. If he takes the rook, g3 is checkmate. ठीक है. So bishop f5, he can. What are the moves that black can play? I think bishop takes f5 is one, and bishop e8 and g4. Very interesting. Although to g4, what is the problem?
Rook h1.
Yes, rook h1 is checkmate.
Correct.
Very nice for us. So bishop f5, either take or check. Let's look at check. King h6, and again the same problem now, which is mate. I don't see a way to stop it. And now g4, but again same mate. Bishop takes f5 is the only defense. King takes, then pawn takes rook, ng6, check. Where will king go? Checkmate. So clearly bishop f5, king f5 takes, ng6 is a mate. So क्या खेलना चाहिए? Bishop f5, king f5. What should be played?
As black.
Yes, as we said, no, it's a mate.
We should promote to bishop.
b1. If you take, then I take. How does that help you? Because you have so many pawn moves left, and you will get mated. Now think, as I said, the main thing, and this goes on for the entire session, okay, and for your future lifetime in chess. Moment you see a move, think of opponent's move. Moment you see a move, think of opponent's move. And I see that so firmly embedded in top players कि मैं हमेशा एक मूव अगर देखता हूँ, उन्होंने 4 मूव देखे रहते. And so that is something which we have to inculcate in ourselves through practice.
हवा चल रही तो फोन हिल रहा है.
हाँ चलेगा.
खिड़की बंद कर दो.
हाँ. So we are calculating it's white to play and draw because the rook is going. So now think. So you thought e6. Now think what will white do. ठीक है. Think how is white going to proceed. If you can visualize the position correctly, it's bishop f5, bishop takes f5, king takes f5. इतना दिमाग में रखना है. Sorry.
6 and G4 and after that knight G6. Then
यही चीज है जो you have to go further. You have found a move. Now think. So there is no special at the end of this session a certificate or a medal that you have answered the best. So the main thing is if you see a move, go deeper. And the biggest thing you can learn from today would be to go one step further. Don't stop. Go deeper.
knight E5 queen.
Yes. So the variation is bishop f5, bishop takes, king takes, e6 check. Because if you take here, you will make a queen. So king अगर e5 पे जाता है या f6 पे, then I take and make a queen with a check. So has to go king e4. Now you queen, knight g6 check, king g4, knight e5 check. Now you see the king here has no squares. Has to go back, right? Or if you can visualize this very clearly, black has another move. Queen is here. So queen can take the knight. Now you have to start your calculation again. King takes e5. Where is the black king? Here. Now if king is here, black king is here, there is a pawn here. What is happening?
4 versus 3 pawns. But white king is
Black king is H1.
Again, calculate. So think this is going like to your limits of calculation, right? But try to push, try to visualize. King is here, black का move है. Black क्या खेलेगा इधर? कि he can make progress in this pawn race, because what white wants to do is wants to take the pawn, then come back here or go here, take the pawn. Yes, h4 maybe he will try. So what we will do is we will take this pawn, h3, take, king takes, king f6,
push.
pawn push, king f5, king here, takes the pawn, king f4, king e2, king e4, king d2, king d4, king c2, king c4, king b2, a4. Maybe we win, ना?
1 E5.
Sorry,
Takes में किया था. 1 E5 takes में किया था.
नहीं मारा था ना king e6. So this is somehow very like you go like maybe 25 moves. I don't know how many moves we saw. Maybe 20 moves. But it's not so difficult, right? It was like a straight line. But maybe there are some things that we can improve in this variation. So let's say bishop f5, take, king takes, queen, क्वीन रखते हैं यहाँ पे ये नाइट g6 सॉरी क्वीन नहीं बना सकते, दैट्स अ मेट. सो यू गो e6, किंग e4, देन मेक अ क्वीन, check, king here, check, and this is a draw. But if you want to play on, you take here. Now black is risking it, yes, because he could have done a draw. And this position is very tough to calculate for many people. ऐसा लगता है कि क्या ही कर रहे हैं. And same problem I have when knight endings come or rook endings come. So I'm sure that at different levels some endings feel less forced, but this is very forcing right now. It's just that we cannot calculate sometimes. So h4
King F4.
takes, king f4, very nice.
मेरे फर्स्ट
पर यहाँ पे ही खेला तो
ठीक है.
ये ब्लैक जीत जाएगा कि नहीं? because now g4 and h3, it's too fast. King f6 g4 और ये pawn ही queen हो जाएगा. So maybe in our entire variation, now we realize perhaps we went too soon. You see, what we calculated was this, take, king f5, g4, king g2, g4, king f4, king g2, takes, ऐसे करके white को जिता रहे थे in our calculation. But this is a very powerful move, I see. Threatening g4 and h3. And if he plays f3, then I come here, I take this and I queen. Black is winning, which then makes our entire variation problematic. This is the beauty of trying to solve such positions. You have to work hard. There is no other way. And I like this actually. कि it didn't work out for now. Maybe there is some other way. ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो बहुत close है. You know, we are very close to the answer. So we may want to stick there. और शायद पहला ही move अलग हो. You know, that is the. It is so difficult to know whether to go here or there. For how many is it getting too tough or too tiring? ऐसा कुछ? Yeah, everyone's finding it interesting.
That we calculated that variation. Now I can't go. I can't calculate another variation. I want to find something that
Correct.
variation.
Very nice. It's a big problem, yeah. It's a big issue everyone faces. एक बार कुछ देख लिया, फिर वही work करना है, और कुछ दिखता ही नहीं है. But this is a good thing to be aware of. Now that you are aware, try to see if you can think of something else. Even if it is wrong, try to train that. Come on, try to think on your own. It will really help you. When you think on your own and you refute your own things, I know it's very tough. It might also mean that you will find this much difficult than us doing conversationally. But we are all trying to improve, right? So we want to find this. This is a composed book. This is my favorite book here. I said, like one of my favorite books. I had a lot of fun solving this and it helped me calculate better. Because these puzzles are such that you are very close to the answer. It is never like कि पहला move मिल ही नहीं रहा है. A beautifully made book. But then you are stuck somewhere. नहीं तो बहुत सारे पजल में ऐसे होता है फर्स्ट मूव क्या है वो ही नहीं समझ में आता. हियर एटलीस्ट वी आर एबल टू फाइंड बिशप f5 वेरी क्विकली कि हाँ g3 मेट है. सो लेट्स से इफ वी स्टिल थिंक बिशप f5 बिकॉज एवरीवन वाज वेरी एक्साइटेड अबाउट इट. बिशप टेक्स किंग टेक्स बिकॉज नाउ देयर इज अ मेट हियर e6 एंड वी वर लुकिंग एट किंग e4. वी ऑल्सो लुक्ड एट किंग e5 और किंग f6. वो मार सकता है. इज देयर समथिंग वी मिस्ड हियर? Yes. So let's just say bishop f5, king f5, e6, king takes e6, queen. Now he has a queen, so I have to be very quick. Check. King here. अब क्या? If I put f3, he comes forward. So knight e5 check, king f4.
Queen takes now. 95 queen takes.
Okay, we'll come to queen takes, but first let's just see ना पूरा queen up है वो. तो king f4. Again knight g6, king e4. And then you have only one check. That doesn't seem to work. King has so much space. Crazy, no? So maybe there is no answer to this. But I will give you a hint now. Because I realize that sometimes you have to look here in this direction. We make these moves. And now e6 is forced. Now you need to, now if I will not give you further rules.
Now we take side.
So now you have, see the candidate moves here. You have 1 and you have 2. ये दोनों तो चलते नहीं है. ये वाला जाके कोई मतलब नहीं लग रहा है अभी तो. But okay, you can think of it. क्योंकि ये you're just blocking the check. He'll just make the queen. So in a way, you have 1 and 2. And one of them works. So let's first try to, because we looked at king e4, queen, check, king here, check. He must take, otherwise it's a draw already. So take, king takes. And now a very important thing, h4. And you will see that your king here does not have the f5 square for now because of this pawn. So you must take, otherwise he is simply going king h5, g4 and h3. If you don't take. So if you take, then he is going king f4, g4 and h3. So maybe you say अच्छा मारता नहीं हो क्योंकि मारा तो सिंपल ही है उसको, किंग इधर हट गया, g4 h3, he is winning. So you stay here and you push your a pawn. So he will go king h5. Now you take, but then he has g4 and h3. So instead of taking, maybe he plays f3 to stop g4. But you still go g4. Takes, king e6, king g3, king f5, king g2 and the pawn queens. It's a little bit of a calculation, but the end thing is the pawn endgame seems lost. Let's try to just look at it very carefully, okay? Because I think, sorry. King e4, take, check. Hinal, try to calculate your variation. If you found a draw, then great. Try to see if there are any ways for black. King e5. And now think of this position in your head clearly. Okay, it's a nice thing to calculate. Black goes h4, only move, because I want to make progress. Now white can think in two ways. White can say I can take the pawn, but then he realizes, oh my god, king comes here, g4, h3. I can't allow it. Sorry? King e4 he can think, or he can say, right now I don't need to take away any of these squares, I have already taken, I'll play a4 or a3, whatever. a3 I play, he will play a4. Let me play a4. So a4, now the ball is in black's court. So black says, now I can either push the pawn or I can move my king with my idea of g4, h3. So we go here. Now white says, if I take, he will go g4 with the idea of h3 winning. So he will say, if I go here, I'll play f3 to stop g4. So f3, black will anyway go g4. If now white takes this, what is happening? Many ways to win. G takes f3, G takes f3, and I queen first. If G4, f4, then h3, take, f5, h2, f6, h1. Yeah, you were one tempo short. They say, no, chess is a tragedy of one tempo. King h5, f3, g4, takes, king e6, king g3, king f5, king g2, king g4, h3 and the pawn queens. So this entire calculation comes to the conclusion that king e4 loses. Yes, it loses. Really. Unless you are able to find something which turns it around. This is beautiful actually.
So knight check and pawn push also working. Knight check after f4.
Yeah, e6 check.
Yeah.
So king takes e6,
Yes.
then queen, and then knight check, king here, knight check again, queen has to take, king takes on e5, and then we know he will play h4. So and if
Now
if
it's a big difference, yeah,
A4
because
also
this
there.
is not there.
a4 is also there, sir.
ये नहीं है.
हाँ, ये नहीं है, but h4 push है अभी भी.
पता नहीं बट वो ये खेलेगा कि नहीं.
a4 भी push हो सकता है, तो we'll play a4 first.
ठीक है, you will play and that position is very different. So what he says is absolutely correct. But yes, the main problem now is because your king is not manning these squares.
No, so, but he's on.
My king will say भाई मैं क्यों अपना queen दूँ, मेरा king निकल जाएगा.
But he can, if he comes on f4,
हाँ.
we can give g3 check and then.
Then calculate more. So G3, King F4, G3 cannot be taken lightly. हाँ दे देंगे एक check. End में King भाग गया तो उसके पास Queen है, Pawn नहीं है ये. Let me make it a bit serious. There is a Queen. It's very serious.
King pawn push. Sorry. मगाशी आपण जे खेळत होतो ना.
Pawn push तो बहुत सारे हैं. You have to say this is one thing which I would recommend highly. Notations, and I know it's difficult. In fact, I know for some people they think what is the use of notations. It's a big help. It's like saying ki why do I have to learn English? I can say like you know that way. It's like a chess language. In your head when you think, I would love to think King F4, Knight G6, King E4, F3, King D3. You see I am flowing with my analysis and calculation. I am not stuck. So I really would love that you improve your notation. And one small tip here which I feel I have tried and maybe it's useful is to break up the board in small 4 quadrants. 1, ये 1, ये 2, ये 3 और ये 4. And then try to see कि ये quadrant में कुछ हो रहा है तो it's only E to H and 1 to 4. ये quadrant में कुछ हो रहा है तो A to D and 1 to 4. So you know that if some move is happening somewhere, you already know these 4 quadrants. It's easier. So let's say if a knight is going here, you know, okay, it's E to H, G and 6. So this quadrant, try it, maybe. I mean, other option is just learn it somehow. But if it's not helping, then try the quadrant way. So what Yash says is, if queen takes e5, king takes e5, I feel we have beautiful chances in this pawn endgame now. Because suddenly we have such a superior version of the last pawn endgame. Pawn ही नहीं है यहाँ पे. So if h4, I am very happy now, king e4. Or I can even say a4.
I thought a4.
है ना? And now he does not have, like if he goes h3, I take, king takes, king f5, king g2, king g5, and I think white only wins because he goes here and wins. And if he goes king h5 now, then I am here, g4, and now suddenly black can no longer win because now pawn मर रहा है तो h3 force हो जाएगा, मारा, king g3 and white wins. So ये variation is very right that he cannot give up the queen anymore. But black बोल रहा है मेरे को देना भी नहीं है. I don't want to give the queen. Why should I? I would love to play with the king. So should we go back or do you want to look here anything? Let's have a look. What day has come that we are trying to see if a knight can fight a queen? Yes, of course. Because we saw the king and pawn endgame is actually losing for black.
If king goes to h4, then which will?
Yes. And king f4 पे there is resignation, right? Because you are a knight versus queen. There is no.
I was looking at folks, but
नहीं है ना कुछ नहीं है. Should we move on? कोई हाँ नहीं बोल रहा है. Everyone is very optimistic कि स्टडी है तो नाइट कुछ तो क्वीन के अगेंस्ट कर लेगा. नहीं नाइट d3. ओके किंग e4.
Knight c5 check. King d4. Knight d3 4.
You are making the king move only on squares where there is fork. Make it move on a good square, no?
So king
Knight
f4,
c5. King goes back to f4.
If he goes back to f4 फिर से check दे देंगे.
Then knight d3 वापस check है.
Wait, वापस check आ जाएगा. Check देते रहेंगे अपन continuously. उसको queen trade करनी पड़ेगी. वरना बार-बार check करते रहेंगे. घूमते रहेंगे एक ही सर्कल में.
Knight d3.
He is saying something very important that we should have the queen here somehow. If उनको लगता है वो queen उधर रखेगा.
King f4, knight d3. King e4 is only like if he goes back to g4, so we go back to e5. But if he goes to e4, knight c5. उसके बाद he has only d4. Again, if he goes to f4, then we check on d3. And if he goes back to g5, we check on e5. So he has to step on to d4 and then knight b3 check is
Beautiful. Yes.
So draw.
This is what I wanted people to realize,
There is no other.
that king f4, knight d3 check, king e4, it looks like the king has a lot of space, but after a check, you will suddenly realize कि जगह किधर है. वो एक कोई तो मीम है ना, बहुत जगह है, जगह नहीं है, बहुत जगह है. So king f4, again check. Only move here to try to make progress, which is actually not progress. You lose the game and you lose the queen. Very well found. This is how some of our biases stop us from finding good moves, because we think the board is open, तो king भाग जाएगा. But actually there is no square after this. Very beautiful. Oh?
So then he has to give
Either
up the
c4.
queen.
d4 knight b3 check.
Check. You lose, huh? You lose. Black can take a draw. Safe side. I have seen people, बहुत बार draw होते रहता है, इतना गुस्सा आता है कि वो लोग हार जाते हैं. And that has happened so many times. They lose because they think we are winning. Why should we even take a draw? So king f4, then knight d3. Again, beautiful thing. King comes here, I give a check. King goes here, I give a check.
So he has to take the knight.
Then he will lose again. That is the same case. Draw ले लो.
Draw is
Better है. Then if he takes here, this is losing actually. If we can analyze this a little more carefully, we will realize that.
Why it is winning?
I think the only variation where we had some lack of clarity was this. King e4, h3, take. Or maybe I was thinking, why should we do this? Why don't we play a4 here? Why
even
do
I was thinking
a4? Because it helps us in that pawn
To
endgame.
completely stop it.
So this is lost. We saw here. So this h3 is the only one. Take. King takes. King f5. Let's calculate. King f5.
Sir,
g4. King f4. King g2. King g4. King f2. King f4. King e2. King e4. King d2. King d4. This is called shouldering. उसको आने ही नहीं दे रहे ऊपर. King c2. King c4. King b2. King b5. King b3. I take. Wins. But let's just be very sure. So when this happened, g4, king f4, king g2, king g4, king f2, king f4. Can I try to come from the other side? क्योंकि जब वो ये pawn मारता है, अगर मेरा king इधर आ जाता है black का, it's a draw. So I try to go king g2, king e4, king g3, king d4, king f4, king here, king b5, king d5, king a5, king c5, draw. I don't know. So again, we have to be very careful. Now, let's say this position h3, gh3, king h3, king f5.
But draw ही करना ना position.
हाँ, but I'm just saying कि ये क्या है? King g2 anyway, draw is fine for white. But can white win? King g5, king f2, king f4, king g2, very important move I think, because if you try to go this way, he's trying to block you. So you go from the other side. King g2, king e4. कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा ना अपने को. अपन अगर king g4 जाएंगे तो वो king h2 आएगा. अपन इधर जाएंगे वो इधर आएगा. He'll keep on. So in order to make progress, we have to go this side. King e4, king g3, king e5, king f3, king d5, king f4, king c5, king e5, and he's able to draw. So this is a draw. It's a draw, but okay, draw is fine for us. But there was some hope that we would win.
हाँ, अगर वो इतना calculate नहीं करेगा तो.
हाँ. But anyway, so this is a very beautiful book. I highly recommend this. Whenever you come to Temple of Chess, take up a position and try to. And why this is beautiful is because there are two elements to it. One is calculation, the other is imagination and creativity. दोनों mix बहुत rare रहता है. So this is very nice. Chessboard Magic by Chernev. This, by the way, this author, if you find any books, it's very good for players of 1000 to 1500 to 2000 level, because he explains things very, very simple way in chess. Let's look at one thing which I had prepared today, which was critical thinking in chess. I think this was one topic that today we wanted to discuss. And my main aim of this was to make you guys, so I'll tell you one simple reason why we launched Temple of Chess and the way in which it is built is to make everyone sort of self-introspect on their chess journey. It is not about providing you with the means कि हाँ यहाँ पे कोच रहेंगे, यहाँ पे सब कुछ रहेगा, that someone will help you, but the main idea was for you to look within yourself and see what is stopping you from becoming a better player. And I really want this lecture to be a step in that direction. Most of the times we never think कि what is stopping us from becoming better. We are so much थिंकिंग कि ये मूव नहीं देखा, वो मूव नहीं देखा, ये ओपनिंग नहीं आता है, ये एंड गेम नहीं आता है. सो देर आर टू एस्पेक्ट्स टू चेस इम्प्रूवमेंट आई फील. वन इज द नॉलेज एंड स्किल, एंड द अदर वन is trying to work on your already existing issues as a chess player, the limitations that you have. So there is no replacement for knowledge and skill. वो तो चाहिए ही. अगर आज तुमको समझो कोई ओपनिंग नहीं आता तो क्या ही कर लोगे, like someone will come prepared and you will get blown off the board. But if you know the openings and if you know the end games and you know everything, still it's very difficult to make progress often, because we are not working on things which are stopping us as a player. And this happens at the highest level. At the highest level many times हम लोग, I don't know if you have ever had the question, भाई इसको सब तो आता है, ये क्यों नहीं हरा सकता मैग्नस को? Why is this player not able to? And that is where the human aspect comes in. And that is where if you can look within yourself and try to figure out. So I want to show one of my, actually I prepared a couple of them, few of them. क्या हुआ? AC, हाँ थोड़ा जो, the worst place to sit is here. बहुत जोर से आता है. So I will tell you the truth. हाँ खोलना, बारिश हाँ बंद हो गया, we can open. Today morning when I woke up and I started looking at these games, I realized that if I had thought about chess like this maybe 10 years ago, I would have been a GM. Seriously.
But you can still be a
I can be. I can be if I play. But this is where I want to show a game and maybe try to see if you guys can notice it, what went wrong, and maybe you guys can then later on also look at your games in similar way. Very difficult. It requires you to kind of be a little bit non-defensive about yourself. ठीक है कि अरे मैं तो ऐसे ये इसके लिए खेला, उसके लिए खेला. That is what I see happens a lot with people. Okay, let's see if I can find the game. Because I had a position, but I think it might be better if I can start from the first move. It will give you a better flow. So this game that I am going to show you happened in Italy. I was in a place called Trieste. I don't know if you ever have heard of it. It is one of the most beautiful cities I have ever seen. I was playing with black and my opponent was a strong GM, Marin Bosiocic, 2600, 2610. He opened the game with e4. On that trip I had learnt e4, e5. And one of the things which again I must tell you is I started liking e4, e5 very late in my career. मेरे को ऐसे लगता था ये क्या ड्रॉइश ओपनिंग खेलने का, वो e4 खेल रहा है मैं e5, क्या मतलब है? Yeah, and you know that's why I never played e4, e5 for until I became an IM, and I never played d4, d5 also. I always put my knight out here. But later I realized it's not like that. This doesn't lead to a drawish games or anything of that sort. Perhaps if you think this way about e4, e5, I am sure some might, then it's important that you think more deeply कि ऐसा नहीं होता है. Knight f3, knight c6. He played the Ruy Lopez. I played a6, bishop a4, knight f6. And here my opponent played this move d3. Actually the main move is castle. उन्होंने d3 खेला. And you know I had this book e4, e5 पे, and this was my way of preparing back then. I would take a book, I would read all the opening lines, and then I would think these are the best lines and I must play that. Which is also somehow मेरा सोच था वैसे, and I don't think it's the right way to think. There are many ways to play. This is one of them. In that book it was said if the bishop is still here and the opponent plays d3, it might be a good idea to develop bishop this side. So I played the move d6 with the idea of playing g6, bg7. It's a fine line. It's not at all a problem. c3, g6. My opponent now played the move bishop g5. I did not know much, and there was a lot of excitement playing this because I just started playing e4, e5. तो बहुत मज़ा आ रहा था, कुछ नया नया हमेशा होता था, ये क्या चल रहा है, I had no clue. So, but it was a nice position. Knight d2. I asked the question to the bishop h6. If he went back here, I would have perhaps played knight g4 to win the bishop. So he went back here. Bishop h4. He's already playing this very riskily. Castles. Knight f1. I played this interesting move knight e7 because I want to go maybe g5, knight g6, knight f4. तो उन्होंने खेला यहाँ पे, बोला कि ये बिशप वैसे भी पैसिव हो जाएगा यहाँ पे, let me take. And I have a very good position now. Bishop, I have the bishop pair. He played this move h4. So he's trying to attack. Bishop g7, h5, g5. I didn't let him open, and my next plan is, if black has one move, what would black like to do? Yes, very good. f5 is what I would love to do. So he stopped it. I played king h8. मेरे को फिर भी खेलना है. He went knight e3, Said anyway I will go f5. If you think about it, black has the bishop pair, black has everything that one would dream of, and I was very happy. And here my opponent, I think, started feeling the thing ki the flow is not going his way, and this happens often with strong players when they realize, oh, it's not, they try to complicate the matters. So he went g4. Actually maybe the best was to take and try to play, but then I'm also a decent player, so I would have maybe outplayed him somehow from this position. F file is open, bishop pair, so he said let me trick this guy. He went g4. I was like, ये क्या मतलब, what is the logic behind this move? तो मैंने मार दिया इसको.
पुश करना था.
क्यों नहीं कर सकते push, but then he would have come up like this. Maybe this is what he wanted. So I said free pawn है, क्यों नहीं खाते. अच्छा है. Knight h2 he played. This was his plan, I think. Knight h2, and I said okay fine, you can win the pawn if you want, but I went c6, very strong move. This is very good play, and he took here knight g4, and I played the move d5. So if you see the position, let's try to analyze it a bit very briefly. Black has an open file for the rook, two bishops, strong center, everything that black could dream of. White's king is weak, pieces are not doing much. f5 square is beautiful but already well defended, so black should be better. Queen e2, and I pushed. I think it was a good move. He went here, and this is where I want you to think. This was the position I had found. Black to play, what would you do here? Okay, and indirectly try to think. What, I mean, I'm trying to say what would I do here in this position. You also have to think कि आप अगर black में रहते क्या करते थे.
Black is winning a pawn. Bishop g4, queen g4, g3, queen d3, but queen
Yes. So what will you play here as black? Very good that you guys are so zoned in right now. I think after solving the study, your calculation is, you're seeing stuff. It's always good, and that's why many people also, I remember when Gukesh came home once for the Simul. That time before going to the Simul, I saw him, he was solving some puzzle rush on his computer. Some positions he wanted to solve before going into the Simul, just to get into the flow. So maybe a good idea often to get ready for the game, you could solve some positions. Unlike the study, there is no one way here. This is a practical decision making, right? You can play 100, maybe not 100, but at least 5 moves which would be okay here. What would you do? क्या खेलते हैं आप लोग?
What if c5?
c5.
Keeping the tension.
You want to play c5, okay? Sorry. Bishop g4, queen g4,
DC3, BC3, queen D3.
dc3, bc3, queen d3. Okay, nice. That is, there is a very forcing line, yeah? D takes c3, b takes c3, queen b6, with the idea of
Bishop g4, queen f4.
Mara, and so that is why I always say don't end the variation on your move. Think now what will white do? One more move. Think one more move. Queen b6, what will he do? Is there no move he has to fight your threat? Castles, yeah, knight e3. Remember the pawn is been exchanged. So why not put the knight here, which defends this knight? So did it improve your position or did it make it worse? That you have to assess now. That is very important. Again, calculation and assessment. I was at this point 24-01. I had actually very good tournament here. I had beaten a GM, many good players. But this is the moment where I realize now that okay, if I had won this game, perhaps I would have even finished in top 3 in this tournament. But you know what I played here? And by the way, Yash bhai, you should think about playing more chess. C5 is a very good move. It's just saying to your opponent that I am very happy with my position. I will maybe play b5. I will maybe try for getting bishop b7, rook c8, c4, just playing in the center. I'm happy. But as you all also got tempted, I also was tempted. I took, and I took.
Lights
Queen A5.
That's
Sorry? Yeah, there are, I think queen a after taking or before possible. I think it's also a pretty decent move.
Because that pawn will get pinned. He can't take.
Yeah, you can't take, but he will try to defend it some way. Sorry. b2, queen a5 is a very logical move, and in fact could be one of the good moves there. Okay, so queen a5, and maybe he would go rook c1, perhaps trying to hold on to it. It's an interesting move really, because he can't take. Threat is to take, give a check. King d2 means it's a big investment of, and then I can really think of taking and taking on f2, because I don't win, but there's a big problem. So I like this move. Maybe rook c1 is forced. So not a bad suggestion. Much better than what I played. Take, and I was so happy to grab a pawn. Like, mil gaya pawn. And you know, sometimes this one pawn makes you feel very good, but what have I lost in return?
light squares.
Light squares.
But I thought the knight on e7 is doing a very good job of guarding.
Yes,
I can see
it's
an
doing-
infiltration.
It's doing a great job, but look at what remained on the board. This guy now has to hold, and look at this guy.
Yeah.
You lost the bishop then.
He just played rook h3, very good move. Defending again, sometimes you have to calculate. अगर ये मूव नहीं होता तो शायद उसका पोजीशन ये rook c1 कुछ खेलना पड़ता, then I would have got my rook in the center. But now he's immediately kicking my queen away. So I had to go back. I think I went back queen d6, rook d1, queen f6. यहाँ पे pressure. I think he went back queen e2, rook d8, rook takes, and he played the move. Yes, rook f3, very good. Rook f3, queen d6, and knight e3. And I must tell you, my enthusiasm was no longer that much about the position. Suddenly felt कि क्या हो गया भाई, एक pawn तो है लेकिन कुछ हिल ही नहीं रहा है. D file में कुछ है नहीं. Knight यहाँ आ रहा है, मार के ये opposite colored bishop. And now starts the next thing, which is like you cannot come to reality. You feel, oh, I was pawn up, मैं तो opening से better था, I should play for a win. And of course you know the result of this game. Yeah, I lost. It went on for 68 moves. Very sad. After the game, like everyone, I was telling Amruta, पता नहीं मैंने क्या किया. I was pawn up. I played so well, and so on. And then I would start on the engine. Engine would say equal here. You know, it was saying +2 in that position. But then it would say equal, and I would say equal था, draw तो कर लेता मैं. At least a draw. I would have been on 4 instead of 3.5. And then next round starts. And then another story. And then next round. And then I had no time to actually reflect upon that why was it that I took this decision which I took in the game, if we can go back, which is what I want to a little bit open you up towards today. And I'm sure whatever I'm saying is not alien to all of you. Sometimes when I talk to someone after a game, I ask them what happened, and I just want to know whether they have won or lost. But they tell me, you know what, my knight was on c4 and his bishop was on this square and then I played this move. I don't know the position only. Like he just tells me few pieces and starts telling me the moves. मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई मेरे को पता ही नहीं क्या है, but they are so much into their loss that they cannot stop talking about it. Here. And so we come back to this moment where I could have played c5, very strong move, keeping this, and now you realize what is the key pawn in this position, key piece of black. This pawn, very important pawn. It stops knight from coming here. It remits everything in blacks, and I did what? I did this, which is, I can now end this by saying I should understand this is an important pawn. But let's go one layer deeper. Why did I do this? Sorry? Human greed, you can say. That means I might be a greedy person in life. I'm just saying, could be. No, I'm just saying, think about it, yeah? The thing is,
even I would have taken that call.
Correct. It's
If we didn't take and then we, after the game we would have thought why we didn't take.
true, it's also possible, but I'm just talking from objective viewpoint. This is a +2 position for black, and after I take, it becomes almost equal. I mean, this entire variation, take, queen d3. So objectively it is a bad decision. I'm not arguing that at that point I knew, of course, but now that I think of it a little bit deeper, I realize that when I get a pawn, I used to feel कि हाँ मेरे हाथ में तो कुछ है, I have something in hand, but I could not really appreciate the dynamic features of chess. And often to get something which is a material, I would give up on many nice things of myself. जैसे ये bishop, beautiful bishop. I should have felt bad taking this. Really, this is a great piece. It will come into use at some point. Right now, maybe this bishop is very strong, but it will happen.
Even that white knight is not doing much.
Nothing. It's doing nothing. You see,
It's a bad knight.
this knight is doing nothing. White's position is terrible. He cannot short castle, he cannot long castle. There is danger everywhere. He is in big trouble. But for my one pawn, I did all of this, and so now I want to think a little bit deeper about this topic. I realized that maybe I did not understand deeply what it meant to be positionally better. I understood it very well what it means to be a pawn up, and which I think everyone does here. Ek pawn, ek piece, ek ye, because it's something in hand. And then when I think of it, maybe, okay, now a little bit deeper, when I think of it in my life, which you rightly pointed out, human greed, maybe even in other things, I take things very directly. कि इससे ये करूँगा तो ये मिलेगा, ये करूँगा तो, it's a little bit simplistic thinking that I have. Let's look at one more, because one game is no indication of a person, yeah. जैसे one decision does not define a person. Let's look at one more game. Just yes,
sir.
yes,
The move you have taken that call, right?
Yes.
But if your opponent is around 2000, would that mean that you would have won that game?
maybe. But you know what? I would have not made this decision against 2000. This is a very good question again. And I think another point which we did not mention here was my opponent's rating.
Opponent was a GM.
Yes.
But 2000 isn't the GM.
Yes,
It can
exactly.
go wrong.
I agree, and that is why I think I made this decision feeling that my opponent is very strong. If I again try to think a little bit deeper, okay, and I don't know if any of you faces this, कि अगर एक higher rated है तो your playing style changes and against a lower rated your playing style changes. Does that happen?
Yes. Yes.
Why does it happen also should be thought a little bit more.
Because most of the time you feel superior to the lower rated.
You feel superior, okay, possible.
Yeah, you even.
Why do you feel superior?
Because you know you might be you have a higher rated, and your opponent is unrated, so you think yeah you can play and you will win. Somehow you will
lower
indicate
rated
to
opponent
manage
will
to-
eventually make a mistake.
Yeah, he will make lot of blunders.
Possible. He can
What
do.
happens is we tend to play the player, not the position.
Yeah.
Which is why we become a little complacent against low rated players, and we try to not instinctively play not great moves. Maybe that also happens.
Yes. So, but I feel.
also thinks okay, we are high rated players, so he has a pressure of that.
Yes, but I think the problem facing lower rated opponents is there for some, but for higher rated I feel it's a bigger thing. It keeps on plaguing people for the entire life. ये higher rated है, मैं उसके साथ कैसे खेलूँगा, and ये. So I feel personally that at some point I broke through this barrier by beating some opponents, but it still remained. So it was not a question कि मैं इनको हरा पाऊंगा कि नहीं, whether I will be able to beat it. It stemmed more from the fact that I was okay for a draw with higher rated players often than playing कि हाँ यहाँ पे जीतना है. This decision was a little bit of a safety first approach. I wanted safety एक pawn, and I feel that many times when I would have conversations with people and I would say I drew against a 2600 player, they would say wow, congratulations, and then I would say wow, that seems like a draw means good, and it of course very subtle. It's not like it doesn't happen in one day, it happens over years. My parents would many times congratulate me if I drew against a GM, because many people don't understand chess deeply कि हाँ let's look at the position. They'll say oh draw, good result. And so it started happening within me that okay, draw against higher rated is good. So these decisions start flowing. Let's look at one more. Is the phone on by chance? Could be that it's not. चल रहा है?
21 minutes.
Wow. Okay. Here is another example, very nice one. I think I will
Explain Queen A5 in this position.
we did see, no? He has to play Rook C1. Yeah.
Queen's continuation.
Maybe. I don't know if.
Is it winning?
I don't think so. I think it's a good move. Later on, you must try to keep this. The main essence is to keep this pawn. I feel. Maybe C5 again. So then maybe you can think कि ये queen को यहाँ लाने का
After Queen A5, what if short castles?
possible.
Like Rook आया, then
C5 then third.
Also short castle here could be a good idea, tempting the opponent again कि ये मारो या फिर ये मारो, ये pawn ले लो. And this is what I think white may want, although here it's much better version for black, but then I try to get my knight somehow. I mean I'll wait like this. It's a good position for black, I feel. So maybe Rook C1 is much better, keeping this. And of course we can analyze it further. Like C5, maybe black, white, I don't know what white will do here. Castle perhaps. And when he castles, I was maybe intending that my queen would be here, could attack H5. But then I can, maybe a queen is bit misplaced. Okay, it doesn't take much time, I will go back. White has essentially very less plans here. That is the problem. Not like he's lost completely, but he's in a very bad situation. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Let's say when you're playing against a lower rated player,
Yeah.
and the position is drawn,
Yeah.
and as you are the higher rated player, do you go on to play on the position or agree upon a draw?
Yeah, it's a very tough question. It also depends a lot on the importance of that game. It also depends. But I have seen some people, as a philosophy, they say I will play objectively. higher rated ho, lower rated ho, I might lose prize in one tournament or I might not be, but I'm keeping my approach same, which will help me even when I face higher rated opponents. There are players who do that. If a position is equal, they will say, okay, lower rated, higher rated doesn't matter, I'll accept a draw. And then many people say, अरे डरपोक है, समझ में. But that person has perhaps tried to think deeper about his own limitations, and he said, if I play the opponent, it is not working out well for me, let me play the position. Again here, this whatever I'm showing has no answers to your questions perhaps, unless I look at your games, but I hope it starts to make you think a bit. Okay, that is very important. Yes.
Sorry, we put the position back, but we can just discuss the previous position. Bishop g4, queen g4, dc3, dc3, queen d3. In that position, like I saw that we are also getting rook d8 and maybe some attack on d2, but I missed the defensive move rook h3,
Yes.
what your opponent played. Had I found that in my calculation, then I would have found then rook d8 and then
Yes.
rook f3.
Yes.
But missing such unusual defensive moves.
Yes. It's also because of 2-3 reasons. One is that you lack skill, then you work on that. The other is maybe the opponent itself was such that you were thinking कि ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं कर रहे थे. Like against a 2600 rated opponent, I was like queen d3. What is the worst that can happen? I won a pawn. Suddenly rook h3. If he was 2100, I would say, oh, rook h3, queen d6, rook d1. अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है position. Let me not go for the pawn. So again, it could be a bias for the player, or it could be your lack of ability. You have to understand what it is.
I think it's ability. What don't I
हाँ.
just play spot?
Then you have to work on it. Then you have to solve positions like the previous one where we solved. That can be very helpful. Okay, let's look at this game. This is against a very famous Indian opponent, Indian player Sethu Raman. I think you know him very well. Right now his rating has dropped down a bit, but at some point he was 2600 plus. His highest rating was 2680. So very strong, and he played the move b3. This was way before the time when b3 was very popular. This was back in 2014. And I think through this game maybe I'll give you a small antidote against b3. Perhaps it is useful, because I sat down one day and tried to prepare against b3, and I like this line a lot. Bishop b2, c5. It's not an antidote. White's position is okay. e3, knight c6, knight f3, knight f6, bishop b5. This is always how the people against b3, the people who play b3 like to play. They always do this. In a way, if you think about it now a little differently, this is reversed Nimzo India. d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4. उसमें अगर black b6, bb7 खेलता है, वैसे he's played b3, bb2. It's a reversed Nimzo. So reversed Nimzo, I play e6, which is the e3 variation. Castle, bishop d6. So I used to do this. I would put this here, and white would invariably go knight e5, trying to take advantage of this. And then I had prepared queen c7, trying to win the knight, defending this. f4, very common move, and I would castle.
Reverse Dutch.
It's a reversed, actually something like a Queen's Indian or a Nimzo Indian only, but yeah, f4 does give it a Dutch-like setup. Bishop c6, bc6. He had to do that, by the way, because if he doesn't do, I'm threatening take, and take pawn up. Yeah, so he said, let me give up the bishop in order to keep my knight very solid. Okay, this is all preparation. And now he plays knight rook f3. Very nice move. Going for my king, rook h3, maybe knight g4, take, queen takes, bishop is here, rook is here, queen is here, trying to attack. Okay? And if Sethu Raman, very dangerous player, I would have been very scared, but I had prepared, so I was a little bit confident. By the way, there is one very famous move here. Let me see if I can remember. Knight d7. Okay. Very nice, by the way. Very nice trap. Rook h3. Point is, if I take, pawn takes, bishop takes, I think there is a problem with queen h5. Attacking here and here. Okay. Maybe f5 still saves somehow, but queen h7, king f7, not a very happy position. So, one player went g6. What would you do here as white?
Queen h5.
You know it, yes?
No, it just intuitively there is the open rook 5. And then the knight.
Intuitively you are sacrificing your queen.
That's the first
Come on, calculate.
I will calculate.
Magnus played that move.
Yes, I think so.
Knights have played it.
It's a very famous trap.
Because queen h5, gh5, rook g3 check, king h8, knight f7 double check.
Mate, yes, very good. So this is the winning move here. Very beautiful. Take, check, king here and mate. Double check. What I did was, I was a little smart. I played my knight here. The same f6 was also there when knight d7. But the point is, after now, he played rook g3, rook h3. I played g6 and I was waiting for him to play queen h5. Because takes, check, I have knight block. Of course, he won't blunder this. But this is the small trick of knight e8 as compared to knight d7. He now played queen e1, trying to go this way. And this is where he already lost the opening battle because I went f6. Knight g4. What should black do?
e5.
Push. Of course, e5. He gave a check. I think I went to the side. King h8. Now the rook is hanging. He went rook g4. I went knight g7. Let's assess this position. I think one more move. Sorry? He played queen e1. There. He took and played knight a3. Now let's assess this. Who do you think is better? Black? Why?
Strong center.
Bishop pair, strong center, rook open file. Also, look at his pieces. ये लोग सब लोग ऐसे पार्टी करने को आए थे, but there was the yes, it was over. The party was done. They are all just hanging around. So here, if you were black, what would you play?
I would have connected the rooks by moving the bishop to a good square.
Where?
E6.
Very good. Fantastic move. I would say maybe one of the best moves in the position. Okay. Let's see any other move. Any suggestions? A6 cue. Bishop A6 you are saying, or A6 pawn move? Yeah, Bishop A6 also a very interesting move. Like it. The fact that you are controlling. I think he will go D3.
What if d4?
D4. Maybe one of the moves that I don't like so much, because the knight gets to this square. It's not so bad because you are limiting the bishop, but it is giving, like, you don't need to give up such a huge square, I feel. But again, maybe it's better than the move I played.
Then e4.
E4. Very interesting. What's your idea?
Opening up the diagonal.
His diagonal?
And your dad.
And die.
Both.
Maybe the best move again. So bishop e6, e4 with the idea of bishop e5. Fantastic move. Because this bishop is good. Let's exchange his remaining pieces are terrible.
E4 comes with the threat of G5.
Yes. No one actually told g5 first. Here. Very nice move. Bishop e7 also possible. Why not? To attack this rook.
No, but he has rook h5 because of the pin. If you get after e4.
No, we are playing direct g5.
Direct G5,
I think bishop e7 has the same idea what g5 has. Perhaps g5 is slightly more strong.
G5, rook h5.
I know it's a little scary to push your pawns, but look at this. What is he doing? Knight on a3, no square. g5, rook
Rook a4.
is completely out. Yeah, rook has to go here.
A4.
And then you play e4 and say the rook chalo abhi jao udhar thoda chill. Now I will attack. Now this attack will be much stronger. Once I exchange the bishop, knight is out of the game, rook is out of the game, this rook will take time and I have my pieces. So this is completely beautiful position.
Bishop e7, rook goes to a4, bishop g5.
Also very interesting idea. Bishop e7,
Rook a4, bg5, knight is trapped.
rook a4. Let's see if this is the only move. Yeah, it's not trapping because somehow, even though this rook is outside the game, it is still doing some job of defending the knight. So perhaps it doesn't lose a piece just yet. Now e4 you can play, but this is now getting dangerous. Yes, because your bishop is misplaced, my bishop is stronger, and my knight is also back in the game. So perhaps if you want to do that, why not do it here when they are already terrible? You know the move I played, and I can maybe ask you, find what I would play here after. Very good. See, he understands me very well. Knight f5.
That's because I thought of it first.
Yes, but it's such a bad move. It's so bad. And I'm not a terrible player, right? I was at that point 2-3-0-9. Takes, and my justification was, look at the beautiful center, which is good, but this was a terrible knight. It was doing nothing. And I traded, it's like going down below.
Knight g7.
Going down below and saying that, okay, buying something worth 50 rupees for 500 rupees. And saying, look, I got this very nice thing, which is the center. But then why did you pay 500? You could have gotten in 50. Yeah. So this, again, very easy to dismiss this off as another bad decision. And I would have done that again back in the day. But now that I think of it much deeply, I think it was the opponent, Sethuraman, very strong player. His ability, he's beaten me before. And the fact that I do not like tension. I hate tension. I like exchanges. I like to clarify positions. And you know, this is something going much deeper than just on the surface. Arey yaar, knight f5, computer bol raha hai ye +4 is this position. By the way, put it in an engine, it says +4 for black.
But the back in those days engine weren't as strong.
Now I am using this engine.
Yeah, even now they are
Now it's +4. Now maybe at back then it must be similar. I don't see this full. Look at this, no, like no scope. So this one, it says 0.5 better for black. Okay, we don't want to get into the engine analysis so much, but you can feel it, right? That this was a bad decision. When you have this, even this very nice moves, and it comes from the fact that I wanted to trade pieces. I wanted clarity. मेरे को अच्छा लगता था कि अरे pieces निकाल दो board पे, अभी अच्छा है, easy है खेलने को. डर लगता था. I was feared. I had fear, especially against higher rated. And this has come after many years of sitting down and thinking about these things, which look very clear now. Very, very. It's like as clear as daylight. Yeah, I can show even 4 more positions which I had prepared, but let's not beat up the poor guy. Myself. Let's beat some other poor guys here who had sent their games. Sorry. Sorry.
Won this or lost this?
Drew. So my humble request is, look at your games deeper. Avoid the trap of trying to say, ये तो winning था, ये तो ऐसा था. You know, an entire decade will go away and you will still keep doing this. You'll say ये winning था, ये losing था, ये winning था, ये losing. Just go a little deeper. Okay. I actually, before this session we had a small post. I don't think we made a post, but couple of games that we got, which is from, I think, Arun and Krishna. So let's just have a very short look at it before we end today, to see. Maybe it's very, again, as I said, one game is too short a sample size, and it's your job to find your problems. But I'll just play a few moves. C5, C4, E6, G3. Arun, this is Arun is playing black. Yes?
Yeah.
Arun?
Yeah.
You are Arun?
Yeah.
Arun is black. Arun goes for bishop d7. Very curious move, but I will not look into it too much. Bishop g2, dc4. d5, his opponent played. ed, queen takes d5. Now b7 is hanging, so knight c6, good move. Queen c4, knight f6. Castles, bishop e7, knight c3. And you played here bishop e6, queen a4, castles. So fantastic opening, finished, nice, everything is good. Opponent plays bishop f4. What should Arun do here as black? Bring the rooks, yes, okay, makes sense. Queen b6, not a bad idea. I like it actually. Quite a good move. Attacking b2, also preparing rooks to come in the center. Maybe rook c8, rook d8. Very good. What else? Queen c7 is would have been fantastic. Just small problem. ठीक है. Sorry.
D5, knight D5.
Knight d5. Interesting move. Take.
Bishop takes.
Bishop takes. Little, are you not worried a bit about this pin? No need to worry as such. If you have, no, you're not worried. What will you do? Like I am playing take, bishop takes, rook d1. How will you come out of it? And my next move is e4 to win your bishop.
Another idea is to try to exchange white's dark square bishop to win the bishop pair by playing the black bishop on d6.
But then you will run into something, right? Bishop d6.
How about exchanging the queen?
How? Queen a5.
A5.
Knight h5.
I like it actually. Knight h5 also possible. You want to win this bishop.
Yeah, bishop has to move back.
It will move back and then the knight doesn't do too much because bishop on e3 is okay. It's not a bad piece. I'll also gain a tempo first trying to attack your queen, but maybe I'll do this. And then you may have to go back when you may not have gained much, but it's a possible move. But I really feel queen b6, seems like a very decent move. Yeah.
So there's a queen side minority for white. Will they go for a3 before?
Maybe they will, but it's very difficult to engineer it, because firstly,
It's controlled, but
it's
yeah.
controlled. Secondly, I can push as a passer. Not so easy. In fact, I would think why not try to push our majority,
Yeah.
a6, b5, but it may not be so easy. So I like this. You know, Arun, what Arun you did here, and which makes me think a little bit where you can think is, he went this move.
Like you said, like rook d1.
Yes. Firstly, rook d1 comes, but more than white's move, I'm a bit curious about what Arun's mind must be thinking at this point when he played this move, bishop d7. And I feel the thought, and I will let you answer it, but I'm just saying, I feel this, that you want to move the knight and give a discovered attack to the queen. And this is could mean that many times you like to play for traps at the cost of spoiling your coordination. Could be, yeah, I have seen just one game. So here, this move, for me, it may not be such a big mistake as per the engine, but could be very, very big source of trouble for your chess. Because in positions where something is beautiful, you say, if by chance my opponent doesn't spot this, I will win a piece. Hope. Sorry? Hope chess. Is there a word like this? Huh? Char aane ka trap. Yeah, hope chess. And I think sooner you get rid of this, the stronger player you will become. And why do you do this is for you to figure out. Right? And you can see in your other games if you have done something similar. There are many, there are some other moves here. You won this game. It worked, by the way, your move. But this is not a great move. And let's look at one more game of Krishna. Okay, so Krishna is playing white, is an online game. d4, d5, knight f3, knight c6. Sorry, you played bishop f4, knight c6. Bishop f4, London system, e3. Bishop f5, knight f3. Knight f6, c4. e6, knight c3, dc, bishop c4. White seems to have gotten a great position out of the opening already. Bishop b4. And why is that? Can anyone tell me why does white have a good position? Yes, center control and very good pieces. Bishop castle, bishop c3, e2 ka. Very, very provocative chess. Giving up the bishop pair, strengthening your center, giving you a nice file which we shouldn't take so easily because the bishop is looking here. But it is there. Castles, knight d2, knight d6. Sorry, he played. Sorry, there was a move. Castle. So you played rook c1 first. He went knight e4. I don't like this move so much, but it's not so bad. Knight d2, knight d6, bishop b3, good move. Queen f6, knight c4, rook a d8. And this is the key position white to play. Knight e5, very interesting move. putting the knight on a good square, asking a question to your opponent, what are you going to do with your knight? Are you going to take? Then you lose a piece. I would say good move. Anything else?
Queen E2.
Queen E2. Krishna has already evolved into a superior player. When did you play this? Date is not there.
I think 4 to 5 days back.
So you are already a better player.
F3.
Good move. F3, very good move. Threatening E4. Or not threatening, but just strengthening. Maybe bring the bishop back, then E4, perhaps. Who knows? Rook. E1, yes, maybe. Anything else?
Risky, but pawn G4. But I don't think it does.
G4, bishop, E4.
It's possible, no? Why not? Like, I would seriously consider a move like this if it was working.
If you calculate करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, मतलब I don't want to lose the like maybe
Queen G6.
Queen G6 might be very interesting move now. H3, H5, F3, and maybe you have to think whether you wanted to ever get into such a situation from the position you had. No, it's a complication for the sake of complicating. Not that I'm against such moves, by the way. It's a very good to think such moves. Well, one of the biggest problems of many players at, let's say, a specific level is king ke aage ka pawns don't push. It's meant to be like a sacred 3 pawns, never touch them. Not necessary. Not necessary. Yeah, Queen H5 is fine, I think. Although I don't see too much of point here. Yeah, Bishop G6. Queen F3 also looks okay. Maybe he can attack Bishop E4. You know what Krishna played, and maybe I don't know how important or relevant it is. You took here. And this kind of makes me feel like my problem. Just exchanging for the sake of some clarity, tension बढ़ रहा है position में, could be some other reason. But why would anyone try to give the opponent a good center first? Secondly, he might play E5 next, and now black's position looks much better than this. So this is just a key moment of the game. What you can make out of it is up to you. And I just wanted to point it out. Is it something that could be a recurring thing in your game? Do you do this often? Do you see two pieces opposite each other and take it just without thinking, without saying, हाँ चलो कुछ हो तो नहीं रहा है, कुछ मर नहीं रहा है, मार देते हैं, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? And then we will see. If you are doing this, then ask yourself, why are you doing this? Not just that it is a bad move. And that if you are able to identify the right reason, then you can work on it and you can improve.
That is one main reason why I actually sent in this game.
Yes.
Because in retrospect, I knew this is a problem, and I knew that out of the opening I was good. But then eventually I also ended up being a pawn up. But then I don't know if I should spoil it for.
No, I saw the game. Of course, there are other moments we could look at, but at least this moment, if you think about it, that why would you take this knight?
I tend to do this.
Why? Very tough question, yeah, by the way, to reach the right answer. And by many times, we reach wrong answers also. So once I was at a camp of Vladimir Kramnik, and all the youngsters were there, Pragnananda, Gukesh. It was happening in 2019 in France. And all the kids were coming to Kramnik and saying, sir, we have this problem, we have that problem. And Kramnik was not hearing them so much. He was teaching his things and all. So later I asked him, like, is there any reason why you are not responding back to them? That someone said, my endgame, I have problems in endgame. And Kramnik said, the worst thing you can do as compared to solving a problem is to identify a wrong problem. It could very much be possible that the kids don't have that problem and they think they have it many times. So it is very possible to reach a wrong conclusion also, thinking that, I like clarity. Could be a wrong thing for you. Maybe for you, you don't like knights on the board. You just hate knights.
Yeah.
They might have created forks in your game some point and you have nightmares, so you want to get rid of it. So then don't reach the wrong conclusion. My conclusion is mine, yours is yours. You have to find it. And so that requires time, that requires space. Sometimes that space is found when you are maybe walking, maybe thinking about it. Maybe when you are way back you would think about this, your games. And I really feel this is something that all should try. And there is no replacement for knowledge and skill. So don't think if I introspect karunga, then everything gets solved. You have to study your openings, you have to do your end games, you have to do your tactics. But in spite of doing all of that, you could keep making the same mistakes because you are not removing these problems that you have. Good. I hope you liked it. Maybe we can meet again at some point. Maybe you guys can also look at your games and we can have more conclusions there. Yeah, it could be very, very basic problems also. Something as simple as I always I always develop my queen early in the opening. And why that happened is because when you were growing up, you would have given a beautiful checkmate with an early queen development that gave you so much happiness that you are searching for it again and again. Could be. And so we cannot get over it.
So
Yes.
if a player is playing London system or Stonewall or maybe only D4, how can he shift into D4?
If a player is playing London system and Stonewall, how can he shift into E4? Very easy. Just touch the E pawn and play E4. Seriously, this is the right answer. I'll tell you, the reason why you don't play it is because you think that you have to learn so much and then play. But you can also play E4 just like that and then learn on the go.
Early days when I started playing tournaments, I was taught E4, E5
Yes.
only. And the other players, they were strong enough. So they would easily beat me in this opening. So I thought I'm not good at this. So I shifted into D4 and,
Yes.
and now I can't play this E4.
Correct. You can't play because of what reason you think? Because you can play. Even tomorrow, you can go and play in your tournament. Because you feel, oh, if I play E4, he might know more than me and so on, go deeper. He might know more than me, okay, I'll fight. Oh, but if I lose, what will happen next? And perhaps that if you remove that fear of loss, and then say that I want to learn E4, that is more exciting for you, maybe you will play tomorrow E4. Or there can be other approach that you can sit here in Temple of Chess and find some books on E4 and prepare it and then play. But till you don't get over your fear, you will not play it. And that's why when I spoke about this E4, E5, I started late in my journey. It never happened by reading 100 books. It only happened one fine day I sat at the board and played E5 with some knowledge. And then as I played one game, I learned so much. Because वो एक game में इतना सारा solve करना था problem, this, that, this. So play E4. Go for it. If you think your journey of chess is another 20 years or 30 years, this might be a much better thing to inculcate in you than having the fear कि मैं हार जाऊंगा कल. Right? If you learn this, you may learn some new things. Hey guys, thank you. You guys can continue here, yeah? It's 1 p.m. which is the start of Temple of Chess. So you can all be here. It's on till 8. Maybe we can try. Was this interesting for you guys? Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I think it should be more sort of you can think about it, whatever we thought. And maybe we can do it Sunday when I'm here, yes.
This will be put on the channel?
I hope so, yes. Is it on?